All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever day. Who even cares anymore? Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah, and I do pray you and your family are blessed in many ways as Bitcoin is continuing to consolidate in this range, and as the title of the video says, historic crypto move very soon! Exclamation point X4. Wow. Makes me want to click. In fact, I did click on it. I clicked on it, and here I am streaming the dang thing. Man, that clickbait worked on me. Did it work on you? Let me know in the chat. Now, as the Bitcoin is consolidating here within this range, and we're still bouncing right from the trade setup given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord on Monday, the question on everybody's mind, are we going to get that next big pump to 96, 97,000, or is this it? Is this it? Do we top out here? Do we dump? Do we come back down? Do we go to zero? And a friendly reminder, make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell. If we can get 1,500 likes within the first half hour, we will be giving away $1,000. You might be saying to yourself, Jay, there's no way we're going to do it. Well, maybe not this stream, guys. But here's the thing. If you like the stream now, you share the stream now, you subscribe to the channel now, we're going to get more and more viewers in here. All right? We'll work our way back up to the viewership that we had back in February, March. All right? We will do it. But we got to do it together, guys. And a major reminder by our the new president of Canada to subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Make sure to like and subscribe to Jason Casper. He's the best YouTube trader in the world. He's getting huge. Shout out to the Casper crew.
So, we got to give a major shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Shout out to Crypto Coons holding it down with the wrench. Shout out to all our mods in the house holding it down with the wrench. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Shout out to Eddie. Shout out to Ralph L707. Good morning and God bless. Shout out to Mick Mays. Major shout out to King Andrew 900. Dave Flowers, what is going on, my bro? May God bless you and your family. Shout out to J. Dutch Sharma. Pump it to a new all-time high, baby. Shout out to David W. Allen. God bless you, my man. Shout out to Seth Shepard. Shout out to Blair Stevenson. Shout out to ESKAR. Sell in July and go to Dubai. Shout out to Marwan Warith, who says, show some love for JC and pump the likes up. Praying for everyone, health and wealth. May it be. May the Lord grant us all with health and wealth. Shout out to Raphael. Zesty music you hear when you're at the gym without your headphones. And shout out to Limitless. The Bulls are back, baby. Shout out to Pedro. Shout out to Ashur. Shout out to Kasim. A crash at the beginning of May. We gonna talk about it today, guys. We gonna break it all down today. We gonna get a little southern on y'all today as well. Shout out to Alchemist. He's here to like. Shout out to Light, who says bro, and City Wolf. Shout out to Mega Gand Heeman, who says good day from Oz. Liking this stream time. Shout out to Crypto Trees. What is going on, bro? Glad to see you here. Shout out to the Trading Alchemist. Shout out to Lars Lai. Shout out to you, my man. Well, shout out to you. Shout out to you. And we got to give a major reminder, guys. If you want to join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we give the trade setups in advance, like this juicy one you see right here, given on Monday, or like this juicy one you see right here, given last Monday, go to jasoncaspertrading.com. And also, if you want to trade crypto, check out, first of all, Antarctic Exchange, decentralized exchange, lowest fees, period. All right? You're going to be hard-pressed to find lower fees. You'll get the SVIP level fees if you use my link, which is unavailable anywhere else. You cannot achieve this level of low fees, no matter what, unless you use the Jason Casper link. Also, shout out to BLOFIN. BLOFIN right now offering 10% cash back, 0% limit order fees right now. Discount market order fees, chance to win all these prizes, plus regular chances to win $100 giveaways even if you don't deposit. Also, we got to give a shout to BITUNIX. Up to 20% cash back, everything you deposit, and a chance to win all these juicy prizes. Links in the pinned comments and descriptions. Also, got to give a major shout out to Market Cipher. All right, shout out to CryptoFace. Shout out to Market Cipher. What would the day even be complete without coffee from the Market Cipher mug? All right, the pencil neck turkey. Sell, it's in the red. MarketCipherTrading.com. I love my coffee, man. I love coffee. I truly love it. Shout out to Jimmy from North Carolina. All right, well, let's pop right into the charts, man. Shout out to you, Jimmy. Bitcoin just looks strong. Shout out to Preparing for War, who says join the Discord. You'll be happy you did. Prepare for war. Thanks, man. Are you even in the Discord? Are you even in the Discord, bro? But anyway, I appreciate the shill, man. I really do. Using Market Cipher is tough, man. Market Cipher, for me, I just love it, man. I just love me some Market Cipher. I can't even look at the dang charts without Market Cipher. You know, my friend tried to get me to look at the chart the other day with no Market Cipher, and I just couldn't do it. I need those juicy, uneven butt cheeks, big on the left, skinny on the right. Oh man, I need it. My life is not complete without the cheek. All right, my life is not complete without the cheek. All right, let's pop on over to this price action. What's going to happen here, guys? It depends. But I do have a feeling that we are going to see a historic move soon. Why do I say? Well, everything's lining up for a historic move. All right? Everything is lining up for a historic move right now. We have the confirmed green dot on the Market Cipher B Weekly. Let's not underestimate the importance of the dots on the weekly Market Cipher B. Let's not. Remember, speaking of Market Cipher, the high time frame confirmations are extremely... Oh no. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Sheesh. Alright. These green dots and red dots on Market Cipher B. Let's not underestimate the power of them. Alright? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Even in the bear market. Look at this. Look at this. Alright? Even in the bear market, guys. Look. The green dots on Market Cipher B weekly time frame always give us a large move to the upside, even in a macro downtrend. In a macro downtrend, if we can get a pump of 50%. What can happen in a macro uptrend? Oh, let's find out. Wow, 188%. That's pretty interesting. Check it out. Oh, 120%. Wow. That's amazing. So we've got another one of these, all right, coming in while we're in a macro uptrend. Also, the 4-day time frame, guys. Let's not underestimate the power of bullish divergences on the 4-hour time, on the 4-day time frame. The 4-day. All right, we have, as the price is getting lower into key support, we have the uneven butt cheek pattern here. When you have that, guys, the last time we had that was right over here, with the last time we got the weekly green dot. Pretty crazy. These 4-day bull divs ain't no joke, man. They ain't no joke. So, for this reason, I am bullish. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. Now, what else do we know? People say sell in May and walk away. They say sell in May and walk away. When we look historically at May, all right, let's just outline May for the past few years, because it has been very bearish. Here's May of last year. All right, it starts right around here, and it ends right here. Well, would you look at that? May last year, bearish, right? No, I was actually pretty bullish. Bullish May last year. Wow. All right, so last year was definitely not a sell in May and walk away, but here's the thing. At the end of May, beginning of June, actually the summer was when we had the bearishness, right? Let's go to the May before that. Let's go to May 2023. We're just going to circle the May here. Here's the May. Yeah, okay, May. Here we go. This was May, right here. All right, so this May did happen to be a little bit bearish. But then, you know, we start to pump up in the summer. So it seems to me that the sell in May, walk away, at least for the Bitcoin, is a hit or miss, right? It's a hit or miss. Let's go to the May before that, all right? The May before that. Let's see. The May before that. Here we are. The very beginning of May. All right, well, what do you know? The May before that, May 2022, actually, if you had just... I mean, the beginning of May was a big dump, but then that May did end up with a 26% move to the upside. So the whole sell in May, walk away thing, when we actually put this theory to the test, you know, it's... You know? It's kind of hit or miss, guys. It's kind of hit or miss. Now, here's something else that we need to keep in mind. We are in a macro uptrend, and I'm a firm believer in technicals over sayings like sell in May and walk away, right? We're in a macro uptrend. We're bouncing from the trend line, and we know there's two very important levels here on the chart. Level number one is going to be our $97,000 POC. Why is this so important? Because let's assume for a second, thought experiment here, not saying it's true, but thought experiment. Let's say the high is in, all right? We're going to pull our fib from our high to our low. If the high is in and the bull market's over and we're going to lose this trend line, this is going to be our lower high, right? This is going to be our lower high. Because locally here we have a high, a low, and this low is a first lower low. So we have our high, lower low. This would be our lower high. Then we'd look for a lower low, right? So we're at very important resistance, but we also understand if we can hold, in my opinion, a weekly candle above let's say 97K, it's a zone, then in my opinion, that's a very strong move in the context of very bullish high time frame confirmations, right? And then I would actually expect new all-time highs. Now, next Wednesday, we have a very special event. All right, make sure to smash the likes. We got 800 viewers. We got 0 likes. Smash up the like. Next Wednesday, we have a very, very important event. What is it? FOMC, federal funds rate. This is going to be crazy, guys. This is going to be crazy. I'm telling you. Next Wednesday, federal funds rate decision. All right, we've got the FOMC press conference. We're going to be live for it. All right, don't miss it. Don't miss it. We're going to be live for it. But this is a catalyst for volatility. A catalyst for volatility, for movement in the market. This is very important. Why? Because when we look at these green dots that historically lead to the big moves on market cipher B, on the weekly time frame, the big move doesn't happen right away. It needs a little bit of time, right? We've gone over this before, but just to re-articulate how important it is to be patient and wait for patterns to play out, look at how when we get the green dot confirmed right here, a few weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks basically of sideways and down before the big pump. We get another green dot, we get 2 weeks of sideways and down before the big pump. We get another green dot, what do we have here? 3 weeks of sideways and down before the big pump. And in fact, you could even say maybe even more than 3 weeks. But basically, that big move didn't happen until a few weeks after the dot. So here we go. We have our dot confirmed. This is our second week. Next week will be our third week. So we know the pattern. It takes a few weeks. All right, we're looking that week of May 7th to the 14th. Around this area right here, this is where we expect that big move to happen. All right, this is where I expect it to happen. Somewhere in this green box area. Now, is that big move going to be up or down? Well, historically speaking, it's going to be up. But also historically speaking, before we get to there, we might have some down. So keep that in mind as next Wednesday, a week from today, we're going to go into the FOMC rate decision. This rate decision, in my opinion, could lead to a dump and pump scenario. A dump and pump scenario. Why do I say dump and pump scenario? Well, look at the chart right now. All right, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. It doesn't take some kind of expert in the medical field, someone who's an expert in the condition of crookedus butt cheekitus, which is the Latin for uneven butt cheek pattern, which is the colloquialism for a bullish divergence. You don't have to be a medical doctor to see that right now we are coming up to major resistance and we're trading in a sideways range here. I mean, this green box I've drawn here is our current sideways range. We can even pull it down a little bit lower and see clearly that this was our support, flipped into resistance. And now that we've lost that level, what used to be support is now resistance. And also, when we look at the volume here, we're not only looking at this box, but we're seeing, wow, we have a major area of resistance, confluence with the Fibonacci golden pocket. And what do we know about the Fibonacci golden pocket, the 618 Fibonacci? We know she's just like that fickle girl in high school who you thought was going to date you, right? In fact, you had a conversation with her. She said, Jay, what did she say? Here's how she looked. Let's see if we can't, she had that cool hair back in the high school days. Jay, I love you today, tomorrow, and the next day. All right, so you thought she was going to love you forever, but turns out she was being serious. So she loved you today, she loved you tomorrow. The next day comes along, you think, hey, I'm going to ask her to be my girl. You going to be my girl? Rejection? No, I'm not. I'm on to bigger and better guys, Jason. You better hit the gym harder. You better up those calories, all right? Try and get some bigger arms like Sam Bankman-Fried or something. So we are coming to key resistance. Here's something else that we need to be aware of here. All right, we have printed a top signal on the daily over the weekend. the 8-hour time frame is gearing up for, if we get another push up to here and take out all this liquidity we've been building all week, we are gearing up for bearish divergence. All right. Now, I'm not trying to be bearish here. I'm just saying the pattern is we print the green dot, we get a bit of a pullback, and then we get the big pump. So as we're coming to key resistance after the green dot prints, and we're seeing the potential for a bearish divergence to print here, Joe Biden for Pope 2025, baby. You guys voting for Joe Biden for Pope? He is a devout Catholic, they say. All right. I would vote for him. But let's see here. Let's see here. What am I looking for? What are we looking for? Is this it? Yeah, this is it. We're looking for the upside down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man boot pattern, which is also known as a bearish div. All right, let's go ahead and post this onto the chart here. We can clearly see this is starting to form as we're coming to key resistance. And so then I would be looking for that pullback before getting into the big move. And it would just be so nice if it lined up with next week's FOMC, where, you know, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe we come up to here, and then we start to get that move down, and then we get a fast Bart Simpson head and shoulder type pattern leading into next Wednesday, and then boom, right? That's kind of what I'm looking at. This is the sideways range. Now keep in mind, when you're forming a sideways range and it's going to break up, what kind of pattern do you want to see? You want to see exactly what we're seeing right now. You want to see the price make a low, make a lower low, and then break out of the local highs, therefore changing the market structure, making a higher high. And once we make that higher high, then you can look for a higher low, assuming an uptrend is going to start. And this gives us our nice rounded bottom, which is a bullish pattern. And when you see a rounded bottom like this, in conjunction, in confluence with bullish divergences like we're seeing on the weekly, that is a very good sign that this pullback is going to be the opportunity. All right, same with this, the rounded top. All right, in fact, let's just flip the chart upside down. All right, look at this. All right, we made our low. Then technically, we made a higher high. All right, right here. I'm sorry, no, I'm wrong. We made our first low. Then we made our second low. We didn't make a higher high. So the pattern is not quite the same. We didn't make a higher high, but when we made a high and we came back for our higher low, that was still the rounded bottom pattern. This one was not as clean as what we're seeing right now. All right, what we're seeing right now is much cleaner. It's much cleaner price action. It's beautiful price action. I do love it. I love the way it looks. All right. So that's what I'm looking for. And right now, the most important level, obviously, where we look for the pullback is going to have to be the $90,000 level, give or take. Basically, we're looking to flip what used to be resistance now into support. We've got our value area low of the range here. This box is where we really want to see that bounce. And of course, we need to be prepared for if we don't bounce from this box, then we do need to be prepared to come back into this area and trade this, right? So there's a few places we're looking for along the way down for those trades, all right? The first one would be the back test of 89,90,000. And then if we don't hold that, I would expect to move back down to the bottom of the range around 77,000, or I would look to take the lows, all right? These are three potential ideas here. And, you know, look, people say, Jason, you know, Jay, you don't give any predictions. You just say this could happen or that could happen. This could happen or that could happen. Well, let me tell you a thing or two. All right, first of all, like the video. But this is how you have to trade, all right? If you have a plan, like for example, this, you have a plan. You say, I'm aware that we have key support at 93.7. All right, which means price could get a bounce from there. Doesn't mean I'm guaranteed to long from there. It means price could get a bounce from there. Then what you do is you look at the chart and you make a plan. You say, okay, Monday, April 28th, potential scalp long. What do I want to see in order to pull the trigger if the price comes down to the area? Oh, okay, you make a plan. I want to see bullish divergence on the 6 minute, the 3 minute, the 1 minute. All right? And you make your plan, and you don't take a trade unless you see what you planned for. This is how you use Market Cypher as a filter whether or not to take trades. During the New York Open live stream, where we gave this setup, we watched 94.9. It was a potential long scalp level. We watched the price come there, and we decided we're not going to trade because we don't have our confirmations, right? Well, fast forward down here, and eventually, as we're in this zone, we see our confirmations, which is how you get into the long trade, right? Same with this. We had our key area, our scalp zone at 86.4. And if you're in the Casper Crew VIP Discord at jasoncaspertrading.com, you would right now be in 2 longs in profit just by following these setups and being patient and waiting for the confirmations. All right, we want to see our confirmations, the 12 minute, the 6 minute, the 3 minute. Once we get that, we come down. Look at this. We have our bullish divergences on the time frame as we're coming right into our level. Boom! You take the trade. You know what I'm saying? So, when we're looking for this levels, if you want to be a trader, not a traitor, we're not betraying anybody, but if you want to trade Bitcoin, guys, or anything, you can't be a predictor. You need to be a reactor. You need to come to the chart, you need to make your plans, and then you sit back and relax and wait for the trade to come to you. Because we don't know what the price is going to do. We can't control what's going to happen, but the things we can control is identifying the key levels on the chart, identifying what would I want to see in order to get into the trade, looking at, risk to reward ratios to make sure the trade's even worth taking, identifying how much you're going to risk with your stop loss, where your take profit's going to be. Those are the things we can control. That's what we need to focus on as traders, all right? If you're looking for predictions, I don't know, go to a different channel, and honestly, the prediction channels, look, any prediction's eventually going to be right. All right, Data Dash has been bearish since the bull market 17 years ago. Sometimes he's right, man. Sometimes Bitcoin dumps. Other times he's wrong, Bitcoin pumps. You make a prediction, eventually you're going to be right. I can say right now, Bitcoin's going to pump! I guarantee! Right? And then what happens? Well, maybe it does pump. Maybe we get a little pullback like this, and then pumps. And I say, look, I was right. Or I say Bitcoin's going to dump. We do this. The same exact thing happens. Whether I say predict, dump, or pump, I'm right? Because we dump, and we pump. Price goes up, price goes down. If you want to trade and you want to do this long term, it's not about the predictions, man. It's about the plans and the risk management. And I am going to be releasing a free trading course on this YouTube channel coming very soon. I promise. So make sure to subscribe, because I'm going to be giving the juice for free, baby. All right? For free. Now, as we're watching the potentiality, make sure to smash the likes, baby. Make sure, guys, to smash the likes. We got 1,000 people in the house, 300 likes. Let's see if we can't get the likes up to the watchers in the next 5 minutes. If we do, I'm going to do a giveaway. We got 5 minutes. 1,000 likes. 5 minutes. Let's do it. Let's do it. Ooh, man. Early morning coffee burps, man. I got those EMCBs. You guys ever get those EMCBs? Alright. What time is payroll? I'm not sure. Do we have news today? Let's check out the news today. Let's check out today's news. Today is the 30th of April. We do have some news events happening today. In about an hour, advanced GDP, employment cost index, advanced GDP price index. In about an hour, we've got a little bit of news coming out. All right, we've got a little bit of news coming out here. Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a move to the upside. And while we're getting a little bit of a move to the upside, I do want to go quickly and check the order flow to see what's been happening. Is it happening or happening? Happening? What's been happening here? Alright, give me 1 second while we pop open the order flow. See what's been happening here in this little range. Man, oh my goodness. Wow. Wow! Smash up the likes for the sweat stains and the deep V. Alright? If you ain't sweating, you ain't getting. Alright? If you ain't sweating, you ain't getting, baby. If you ain't drinking caffeine, your trades won't be in the green. And if you ain't sweating, you won't be getting. We're done. The coffee's gone, guys. Alright, look at this, okay? This is wild, man. So, right here, we have seen a massive amount of longs opening up. Wow! People are very long up here. Oh my goodness, guys! People are so long up here. That could lead to a little bit of a drop, alright? And honestly, as we are watching this whole thing, it looks like we're building a little bit of bullish CVD here. Because as we are watching the consolidation, we're seeing open interest increase. We're seeing CVD decrease. Which means shorts are opening here. But there's big players holding price up, absorbing those short orders, not allowing the price to make a lower low. So we have a lot of longs. We have actual money that has pushed this market up. Now it looks like the big players are are trying to push the price up again. We're building short liquidity right here. This is good for a pump scenario. Honestly, this is pretty good for a pump and dump scenario. Why? Well, we have a lot of longs here who are looking for higher prices to take profit. They haven't closed their trades yet. And we have shorts opening up here that are just primed for a squeeze. So this is like pump and dump ground right now, man. Jason, oh my goodness, my Bill Gates voice again is coming out. Oh, man, I mean, honestly, these shorts, if we just experiment with new vaccinations, we might be able to kill a lot of those shorts off, you know, the undesirables. And we could just pump it up here real quick. And then the longs will take profits. And then we'll get that pump and dump. You know, wreck all the shorts. The longs will take profit, because it's all about the profit. You guys know. It's all about the profit. And then we get that move down. That could happen. And then we get our pullback, and then we get our pump. All right, this is interesting. This is quite interesting here. Let's zoom out even more on the CVD. Let's go to the 4 hour. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, man. I mean, look, guys, I mean, this whole move has been quite a bullish move. This whole move has been quite a bullish move. We have seen the price making higher lows. We've seen the CVD getting lower. The open interest increase. What does this mean, guys? This means that there is bullish absorption happening. Market makers are bullish. All right, it's the Bybit USD chart. So, yeah, I'd say this is a pretty healthy looking good move. And I'm hoping, and when it comes to trading, you're not supposed to hope, but I am hoping right now that we get that historic move, just as the title of the video says. All right? I've already got my thumbnails prepared. This is the pullback thumbnail. This is my thumbnail for when we get the pullback. This is my thumbnail for the pump, baby. This is my thumbnail for the pump, baby. Bullish, uneven man boob pattern. All right? Open mouth thumbnail. No shirt. I got my 2 thumbnails ready to go, baby. My 2 thumbs ready. All right? It's been 5 minutes. Let's see if we have 1,000 likes so we can do our giveaway. Let's see. Do we? Do we? The answer is no, we don't. That's okay, guys. Maybe next time. Look, it's hard for me to stream at 7 a.m. every day. I know how hard it is to smash the likes as well. I know this because I listen to a lot of live streams and don't smash the like myself sometimes until they tell me to do it. And then I'm reminded, man, I myself am a YouTuber and it's real important to smash the dang likes. Now here's something else we do need to be aware of is something like this too, right? I mean, it's not guaranteed to happen the way we want. That's why it's so important to be planning for whatever level you've got on your chart, all right? You've got on the chart. Let's shout out to everyone in the chat We've got Dave Hagen. We've got Yowza We've got Eddie, more like Mickey Mouse. I mean, Bill Gates, honestly, sounds a little bit like Mickey Mouse, to be honest with you. Shout out to Yaz Tech. Shout out to Derek, had my coffee, then a cheese omelet, some bacon, 2 bits of toast, and having a cup of tea now. So I'm still a little caffeinated. Man, I have to be honest, Derek. I don't think I could ever do that, man. I hate breakfast so much. The thought of it makes me want to take a nap. Shout out to the Dusty Hunt. Shout out to Alex O. Guys, Alex O is going to go live after me. Make sure to go check out his channel. Alex O, man, I want to set up a redirect to your channel. I tried to do it this morning, but I couldn't, so I'm going to have to work on that. Alright? But we'll get it going, alright? Am I trolling Tino? I'm not trolling Tino, but I could try and do a Tino impression. Yo, 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 ladies and gentlemen, we're here to bring the fire today with the market makers gonna wreck all the retail traders with the vector candles. Now that, my friends, is a vector candle right there. Happy days! Market makers looking to long. Meanwhile, the retail traders looking to short. The market makers, the retail traders, the Brinks box to the 21 EMA. Happy days. Shout out to Kenny M. Shout out to Niels, who says I'm in profit. That's what's up. Shout out to Subscribe Media Digital. That's what's up. That's my best Tino impression right there. Shout out to Tino, by the way. Tino is the best, man. That dude is the real deal. Alright, that dude is the realest. The realest. What do I think about the fact that Bitcoin's accumulating a lot? Around 95K? I'll tell you exactly what I think about it. I think accumulation under resistance is bullish. I think accumulation under resistance is bullish. But I think the break could result in some bear divs and a backtest. That's what I think, right? That's what I think. I think this is bullish. And we just looked at the order flow saying, uh-oh, we got the smooth jazz again coming in. We've got the smooth jazz coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, 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 what's the market maker gonna do? He's gonna play some smooth jazz, bruv. Some smooth jazz, bruv. Yeah. Yeah, no, but we just took a look at the order flow as well. And that order flow, I'm telling you, it's kind of setting up for that same... Everything's pointing to another move up, a pullback, and then a big pump. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. All right, that's my opinion. I could be wrong. So, please remember, we're not here to predict. I just did my whole spiel on how we're not here to predict. Here we go, baby. You love some smooth. I love smooth jazz as well. When I go down to the beach, I only play smooth jazz. Daniel from Chart Champion is probably the greatest analyst on YouTube. One of the greatest analysts on YouTube for certain. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Shout out to Daniel from Chart Champion. I've been meaning to have him on my channel, but guys, life has just been so insane lately. But it's gonna happen. All right, shout out to Daniel from Chart Champions. When I say bullish divs, do I mean bullish momentum and money flow at the same time? It depends on the context, man. It depends on the context of what we're looking for. All right? Depends on the context of what we're looking for. How much time do you take for learning before you're trading? It depends on the person. Look, if you're the type of person that just absorbs content, you could be starting to trade within a few months, honestly. But it does take time. And experience, I would say. Even if you know what to do, it does take time and experience. What you gonna do when market makers come for you? It depends! Shout out to S Crypto Warrior. That's right, guys. We never trade without our pack of depends. Alright? Link in the description. Alright? You wear these depends, you get 10% back. You get 10% back. You pee 100%. The diaper's full 110%. How it works, we don't know. Link in the description. Definitely sell in May after the pump. Always take profits. Let's go. That's for sure. If we do pump to new all-time highs in May, then we're definitely looking to take some profits. Some profits. All right. Shout out to Ryan. Hey, Jason. So what you look like in this resistance area to confirm a push or see a pullback volume profile? So you look at different things. Right now, I'm looking at market cipher. I'm looking at the order flow. I'm looking at the market structure. I'm looking at the context of the move. All right. And the only thing we can really do here is identify different scenarios and be prepared for them. Right? You can't really confirm for certain right now we're going to get a pullback or we're not going to get a pullback. Right? We might not get a pullback. It's looking like we are going to get a pullback based on the high time frame resistance, the medium time frame bearish divergences forming. But nothing's guaranteed. So again, what's most important here, guys, and I have to reiterate, is if you want to actually trade, be a trader, you need to come to the chart with multiple plans. When I come to the chart every day, I make plans. All right, if you're in the Casper Crew VIP Discord at jasoncaspertrading.com, in fact, after this live stream, I'm going to go live over there, and I'm going to make plans for the day. I'm going to say if price comes to here, and I see this, then I take this trade, this stop loss, this target, maybe a TP1 in the middle. All right, if price comes to here with these, then I take the trade. You trade with if-then scenarios. All right, you're not predicting, you're if-thenning. If price gets a pump and I see certain bearish divergences at key levels, then I will take a trade. All right, that's how you got to do it. Because anything other than that, you're just kind of guessing, and guessing is okay with good risk to reward and good risk management. But that's not the thrust of this, what we're doing here. All right, it's if-then scenarios. If-then scenarios. By the way, make sure to check out Antarctic Exchange. Lowest fees, period. Decentralized. You hold all your own assets on your own wallet. You don't put anything on the exchange. No KYC ever. You own the exchange if you trade on it, which means you get to partake in everything. If someone gets liquidated, if someone's paying a trading fee, you get a portion of that because this exchange is decentralized. There's no market makers. It's traders against traders. We all share in the ownership of the exchange. We all hold our own assets on our own wallet. Everything's done via smart contract. Everything's on the blockchain. All right. Also, BLOFIN. Check out BLOFIN. 10% cash back, everything you deposit. Multiple chances to win $100 every single month. Plus, very low discounted fees using the Jason Casper link. 0% limit order. 0.04% market order. Check it out. Also, check out the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where every single day of the week we have multiple instructors live streaming, giving you their trading plans. We all have different trading strategies and methods. You'll learn a lot in the Casper Crew. All right, this is where we give our setups. Myself and the other instructors. Why is that Depends box almost empty? You know. Why do I have a pair of them? Bro, I don't have a pair. I have a pack of Depends, baby. I have a whole pack of Depends. I've got me a whole pack of Depends. You're long from 78K and took 50%. Was it too early? Heck no, Eddie. You're long from 78K. You took 50%. This is a great time to take 50%, man. We are coming to macro resistance. Excellent trade. Excellent trade setup, bro. That's an excellent trade setup. Man, that's a great trade setup. Let's take a look here. That's an amazing trade setup, bro. A 4-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Assuming your stop loss was under the low, you risked 1 to make 2. So you've locked in 2% on the whole account, assuming you risked 1%. And now, what I would do, here's what I would do in your position, man. I would look to compound the trade on a pullback and shoot for new all-time highs. That's what I would look to do right now. You know, that's what I'm looking to do on this trade here. Look, I've hit a TP1. I have not even taken out. I've only taken out $6,000 on this trade. I've still got 20K in the trade. You know, that's a great trade, man. I'd say that's a great trade. This trade right here started out as a tiny scalp. I think I took this one live on live stream, and then I compounded it when we got the news that the terrorists were being canceled. Right? I added to it. So this originally was from a bit lower here. Small little scalp trade, gone swing. Scalp's gone swing. Scalp's gone swing. Smash up the likes, guys. We only have 50% likes. That's, you know what that does to a man's self-esteem? Bad things. Shout out to Jackboy. If I get wrecked, then I will get a job at McDonald's. If McDonald's will not hire me, I'll go to the army. Exactly. We trade if-then scenarios. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to Eddie, taking the juicy trades. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Quicker. Let's take a quick look at ETH here. Man, ETH, same exact spot as the Bitcoin here. So tonight, the monthly candle will close for ETH. Man, this could get juicy. This $2,000, as we know, is the key major level for ETH. It would need to be a big pump today, guys, to close this monthly candle above $2,000. We need to see like a 12-15% pump on ETH right now. But I will say this. Bitcoin's gonna lead the way. All right, Bitcoin's gonna lead the way for ETH. I want to take a look at the Soul candle. To me, this Soul candle looks just so beautiful. Soul looks really good. I'm going to have to divert my ETH analysis to say if other things look bullish, ETH will probably follow. Look at how Solana has taken the liquidity from the low of the range, bounced perfectly from the monthly order block, and is about to close a monthly candle. Keep your eyes on this Soul monthly candle, because if we can close it above this right here, previous month open, 148.10 on Bybit, that's going to be a bullish engulfing candle for Solana, which is a harbinger of bullishness in the future. Bullishness in the future. You know? Let's take a look at Chainlink here. Man, if Chainlink can close its candle above $14.85 on Bybit, that's a bullish monthly candle, man. We are down to the wire. We got 12 hours left for these monthly closes. Where all these assets are at key resistance. All these assets are looking bullish. I'm very curious to see how this is going to end up. Very curious. ETH is going to go insane if we get the breakout. Yeah, ETH, I'm telling you, look. ETH is one of these rare assets where we have a chance to get it at bear market prices during the bull. I've never seen this happen before, but this is the bear market range right here. We are in the bear market range. This is crazy. My target for ETH is going to be, my first target is 5,005, which I think is conservative. My more liberal target is going to be up at 8,000, right? This is my conservative target right here. And then this is my more liberal target. I call it the Big Mike level. That's where I'm looking to really get into that that juicy profit here. But this is intense, man. This is intense, being able to buy so low. And I've done this thought experiment before, and I'm not telling anybody what to do here, but it just is true. it just is true, assuming even if ETH goes down to $300, which I highly doubt it would, but let's assume a $300 ETH, all right? A $300 ETH, still more upside potential than downside if we hit my conservative target of 5,500. Even if ETH dips to 300, 8,500, you know, that's a 4-to-1 risk reward. Assuming the low is in and we're not going to dip below 1,000, let's say 800, we're not going to dip below 800 because that's really the bottom of this range is 800. $5,500 ETH, that's a 3.5-to-1 risk reward. 8,500, that's a 6.5-to-1 risk reward. The upside potential, in my opinion, no matter what, even in the event of Armageddon, right? Because for some reason people use the word Armageddon, Mount Megiddo, transliterated from the Hebrew into the Greek, they use that phrase to determine bad things happening, all right? Even though it's just the biblical war that happens in the book of Revelation at Mount Megiddo. Weird, right? But anyway, even if Armageddon happens, I'm not talking about real Armageddon, I'm talking about fake crypto Armageddon, it's still more upside than downside for ETH. You know? Now again, I'm not telling anyone to happen. I'm not telling anyone what to do here. I'm just pointing it out. All right? I'm just pointing it out. Shout out to HFG. God bless you, bro. God bless HFG. All right, Doriani says overall market's downside. Not bullish, bro. Not bullish, man. He's not bullish. All right, man. Look, I've been out here putting it on the line, sweating, telling you exactly why and what I'm looking for. So if you got a different opinion, then that's fine, right? I hope I'm right. But if I'm wrong, well, that's okay. I'll just refinance my mortgage or something. So ETH, man, I'm telling you, this is an opportunity in my opinion. Now, I have not bought any ETH on spot here. But guys, think about this logically. This is the price of ETH that historically, ever since 2021, so we're talking 4 years, this has been support. All right, 4 years, this has been support. 4 years, this has been resistance. When you have these massive levels, you tell me, you know, what's a better move here? Selling your ETH or buying some ETH? I'm just throwing it out there, right? What's a better move? Selling or buying? You know? I mean, I just can't be bearish here. I just can't be bearish at 4 year support. I can't. I'm sorry. And it's preposterous to me that this is the high for ETH in the cycle, all right? I know people say ETH is dead, all right? But I just don't think ETH is dead. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Like that time I was wrong. Trading and driving, I got pulled over by the cops. All right, I was trying to take a little scalp. I was going to make, you know, a couple $100 on the trade. Ended up being charged with manslaughter. Had to pay a huge fine to get out of that one. Bitcoin getting a little bit of a move up right from the trade setup given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord 2 days ago. And guys, after this stream, we are going live in the Casper Crew VIP Discord to go over our low time frame and high time frame trading plan for Bitcoin for today. To look at those juicy moves, we're going to be looking for the next one of these trades here. The next one of these trades, right? We're going to be breaking it down on the low time frames for you. All right. So if you want to continue on, JasonCasperTrading.com, join the Casper Crew VIP Discord. And in the meantime, guys, I've got to head out. All right. I got to head out. Got to get ready for the VIP stream. God bless everybody in Jesus' name. I do pray the Lord blesses you all, everybody watching and listening. May you all be blessed. And Lord willing, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.